Thank you so much for tuning into Recipes by Diamond Michelle. Today we're going to be making Diamond Michelle's chocolate chip cookie recipe. I have the recipe downloaded, excuse me, I don't have it downloaded yet, or posted rather yet, to the website, but it will be looking like this. I'm going to post it later on, and I'm going to have the video underneath it, so that way you guys can download it, and if you want, you can follow it step by step while you watch the video, so that way you'll know how to make the cookies recipe. I'm going to slow down this time because I know the last few times I kind of went a little bit fast. But I'm pretty much going to go through it step by step so that way you can actually see what I'm going to do. I'm going to tip down the camera so that way you can see the ingredients that I have here and what we're going to be putting inside the recipe. Give me one moment. Alright, so I hope you all can see this. You may not be able to see my face as much because I tilt down the camera, but I hope you guys can all see what I have here. So I have my chocolate chips, I have chocolate chunks, I have 2 large eggs, I have my salt, well, let me tell you how many. 2 large eggs, I have my teaspoon of salt, I have my teaspoon of baking soda, and I have my I put all the extracts in together. So I'm going to let you know it's 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a half teaspoon of butter extract, and 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract, okay? And then I have my 1 cup of granulated sugar and my 1 cup of light brown sugar. And I also have my special, I'm going to be putting these in, these are just optional, this is something that I'm trying new. There's a new flavor that Hershey has, this cream cheese chip, so I'm going to be putting a few of these inside the mix as well, just to give it a different kind of flavor. I also have my 2 1/4 cups of flour already in here, if you guys can see that on the camera. And then I have my 2 cups of butter, my 4 half sticks of butter that I'm going to be putting into. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do, we're going to cream the butter and the sugar together in this standalone electric mixer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just wipe some of the butter off my hands. Alright, and then we're going to add the sugars. So I just added my granulated sugar. Now I'm going to do my light brown sugar. Of course, the light brown sugar kind of molds into the cup. So just like that. And then I'm going to put the extracts inside. I just have to make sure I get all of that, so I'm going to take this spatula. So we're going to go ahead and cream this together. And when you're a standalone electric mixer. The one for Oster, they have a cookie setting that you can set it to cookies, so that way it can mix the batter, you know, according to the speed when you're making cookies. You might see me from time to time step up on my stool because I'm short, so sometimes I have to step on the stool. I'm gonna just tilt the thing up so you guys can see my face. So right now, again, we're creaming the sugar and the butter and the extracts together. I'm just gonna take the spatula. You're gonna see me scoop around the edges a little bit so that way everything is fully combined together. I know I'm like standing in the way. I'm trying my best not to. I'm so sorry. Now I'm going to let you guys see how it's going to look once everything is creamed together. Right after I scoop the sides it. So this is how it should look. Nice and creamy, creamed together. It shouldn't be like super, you don't want to overdo it because you don't want the batter to be like melty. If you do that, or say like when you let the butter soften, you want to make sure it's still room temperature and soft. We don't want to make sure it's like melty or anything like that because it interferes with the shaping of the cookie. Once it's in the oven, it can come out flat and like runny looking, and you don't want like super flat cookies. So you just want to make sure that, you know, the butter is just room temperature, soft, not melted, and also you're not overdoing, you know, mixing together the butter and the sugars. So our next step is going to be in our separate bowl, combine our flour, baking soda, and salt. Again, we already have our flour sifted already. Make sure you sift your flour as well, so that way your cookies don't come out puffy like biscuits. A lot of people kind of make that mistake. They're like, oh, why did my cookies come out like biscuits or taste like bread? And it's because a lot of times people forget to sift the flour. So just make sure you do that as well. So this is our baking soda. And this is our salt. Get all that up in there. And again, like I usually tell you guys, I like when I'm mixing up my my dry mixes, I like to use a not a spatula, a wire whisk, so that way everything is completely blended. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I have my wire whisk. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up together. There's another thing that's optional. If you want to do like oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, all you have to do is just add 1 cup of oats into the mixture. And that's exactly what I did. I'm not sure if you guys can see the oats in here. But I put a cup of oats because that's how I like to make my chocolate chip cookies. Again, it's optional. It's not something that you have to do. I didn't put in the recipe because some people don't like it that way. So, but that's how I like it. So. Turn around and face you guys. I'm sorry. I'm still like getting used to the camera, so just bear with me. Alright, everything is well blended together. So after that, we're going to add our eggs into the cream mixture one at a time. So pretty much we're going to be adding one egg rather, then we're going to mix it up together, then we're going to add another egg, and then we're going to mix it up together again, okay? So if you're following the recipe, I'm on step 4, okay? I'm trying to see how I'm going to do this because I put both eggs in at the same time into this bowl, but let me try to, there you go. Alright, now I'm going to cut on the mixer, okay? Alright, so we're mixing in our one egg into the cream mixture, and then we're going to be adding our second egg, and we're going to mix that up again, okay? One, which is our second one. And while it's mixing together, just do us a favor and hit that like button to like our video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Turn this off so you guys can hear me. So we're going to do next, we're on step 5, we're going to be gradually adding our flour mixture into our cream mixture while it's still mixing. So as the mixture is going, we're going to be gradually adding it in, and we're just going to keep, scraping around those sides to make sure everything is blended in. Every ingredient is important when making a batch of cookies. I know sometimes some people, they don't really care about what's around the edges. You really want to get around the edges and make sure everything is blended well together. So that's what we're going to do next, okay? guys are going to start to see a bunch of flour on my dress in a little bit. Oh my goodness, oh my god. So we're done with all of that. So our batter is complete. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the spatula, I'm going to scrape some of this down, and then we're going to add our chips. Go ahead and preheat my oven now to 350 degrees. I just like to get as much off as possible, so that way I'm not wasting any ingredients. So pretty much got everything. Trying to think if I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I'm going to just go around the bowl with a napkin. Scoop that off so that way when I'm mixing it, it's not going to go in my hands. So I'm going to put in my chocolate chips. Now I'm putting my chocolate chunks. And then I'm going to put in my new cream cheese chips. Again, this is optional. This is not a part of the recipe originally, so you don't have to put those in. These are rather. And then now I'm going to mix it up. So this pretty much is how the batter should look. I'm sorry, I probably should have showed you guys before I added the chips. Grab a piece without any chips on them. But this is how the batter should look. Cookie dough rather. So now we're going to mix this in. So let me make sure I have it tilted down. No, I do not. Alrighty. So I'm not sure if you guys saw the batter the first time. I'm going to show you guys again. But you're just going to see it with the chips inside. Alright, and it's all completed. So this is how your cookie dough should look. It shouldn't be liquidy or anything like that. But it should be nice, fluffy. And it should be light brown, kind of like a tannish color. Alrighty, you guys. So that's how you make Donna Michelle's chocolate chip cookie recipe. And we're going to be right back. I'm going to show you guys how to drop them on the cookie sheet, how to place them like exactly, apart from each other, and also how to use the cookie dough scooper so that way you come out with circular cookies. And sometimes people, once they make it, they try to rub it into a ball with their hands. When you first make the cookie dough, you see it's kind of like sticky. So because of that, you're not going to be able to roll it into a ball with this. But if you just take a spoon and drop it, it's not going to come out circular. It's still going to bake, come out, a good texture, but it's not going to be circular unless you use the cookie spoon. Once you put it in the refrigerator and say you take it out the next day and you let it thaw a little bit, then you can, because of the, the refrigerator makes it thicken up a little bit, then you'll be able to roll it into a ball with your hands and then put it on the cookie sheet. But when you first make the batter fresh, I recommend you use the cookie dough scooper, okay? So we're going to do that next time. Be right back in a little bit. Again, if you didn't hear me the first time, do us a favor and like the video, and please subscribe to our channel, okay? My name is Donna Michelle. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye. Alrighty, you guys, so we are back. So we have the cookie dough now. And then we have the cookie sheet. I have my Wilton cookie sheet right here. And then I also have a cookie baking sheet. It looks like this. And it has like little squares on it, so that way you know exactly how to place the cookies. So pretty much you're going to be placing them each a square apart. I'm going to tilt out the camera so that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. So that way you're able to scoop out your cookies so that way when they bake, they're able to be circular. One moment. Alrighty, and then here's my cookie scooper, like that. So what we're going to do is just go ahead, we're going to scrape up some. I like to try to do it as even as possible. And then you're going to scoop it onto a square, and then you're just going to leave space. And you're just going to keep on doing it. So pretty much you're able to fit 12, 12 at a time on the thing. I'm going to try to show this to you without having the dough fall to the floor, but that's how it should look. That's how far apart they should be. So that way they're able to bake. They're not going to bake into each other. And this is how circular they should look, so that way they're able to maintain their circle shape, okay? do us a favor and like our video and also subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to make your comments in the comments. Let us know if you were able to follow along with the recipe, and let us know if this method was able to help you maintain your circle cookies. Okay. Thanks again for watching Recipes by Diamond Michelle. My name is Diamond Michelle, and you all have a wonderful day. Bye.